Okay, so this is my video about my behavior change of moving to working out 5 days a week for an hour a day, 3 of those days being strength training, 2 of them being cardio. I really wanted to do this because I've done it in the past and it just made me feel better. I had a high self-efficacy, a high self-confidence, and it just in general, I had less stress like in my body, and I just felt better about myself somatically. Overall, I would say my workouts went really good. Some of the barriers that I had were work and school, but I worked around those. I was able to kind of alter my original schedule that I had set out to work around my school and work schedule that kept changing. So I was really proud of myself for being able to do that and get all of those workouts in that I wanted. And I feel like my overall project and my overall behavior change went really well in that 4-week span. And that's because the beginning of this, I was definitely in the preparation phase of everything. I was still planning things out. I wasn't quite ready to move into action, but I did it on that first day that we had to start this, and I was glad that I did because it kind of kick-started everything. I was able to kind of use some of my consciousness raising and environmental reevaluation to move faster into that action phase. Even though I knew I had to do this for a project, it was easier to kind of maintain some of the work that I was doing, and it didn't hurt anything that I also had rewards for rest days and not having to cook food on Fridays. So that helped me with my motivation from the beginning, is having that external motivation, that external regulation of everything. But towards the end of the 4 weeks, I definitely moved a little bit more towards identified regulation, because I was looking more towards changing my appearance and not just getting the rewards of getting my workouts in. And that also helped my self-efficacy. Like I said, I've done this in the past. I've worked out, but I just kind of fell off the track, fell out of that action phase for a while. But I've transitioned back into action, and my self-efficacy has raised up even more. I've challenged myself even more. I've learned more about myself, and I've learned more how my decisions affect everything. So those pros and cons, I had more pros from the beginning, but the pros every day just kept stacking up more and more because I was feeling the physical change in my body, and just feeling better about myself. Overall, like I said, this project went great, and I can't wait to continue it into the future. I'm planning on maybe changing my schedule a little bit and doing more afternoon workouts, so my dog doesn't have to be in his kennel even longer, but still getting in those workouts and really kind of taking the lessons that I learned of like social support and finding workout buddies. I found that I really do enjoy the social aspect of everything, and going out and being with friends and having family, and just that companionship of something. My favorite days were when I got to go walk my dog, because I just had a companion that was going out and doing it with me, and I could FaceTime my parents while I was doing it and talk to them, and just having that social aspect was something I really learned more about myself, is that I really enjoy the social aspect of all of that. And then another thing was just with my personality, is that I like structure. I do. I like being able to have my workout planned out, and I just work better that way, knowing what I'm getting into for the day and keeping everything the same and not changing it a lot. That just helps who I am. It made me kind of actually excited because I knew what I was getting into and I knew how I was going to feel afterwards. Even when I did start raising some of the weights and some of the reps and things like that, I was still excited about the workout because I knew what was going to happen. Going into this, I didn't really have any false hope about what was going on. Like I said, I have worked out in the past, but I'm excited for the future and kind of taking what I've learned from this exercise program and all of this and putting it to work for when I'm a physical therapist and helping patients, just learning about consciousness raising and moving through all the phases of the trans theoretical model to become exercisers one day.